Simply, he's constantly chopping and changing the rosters to suit his old friends, and it's causing problems. There was a fight in the yard today. From the report I got, he practically knocked one of the drivers senseless.
Oh, it hardly sounds like David.
I think he's letting the pressure of the job get to him. Well, if it hadn't happened, fine, I'd let him stay on and get used to it. But you can't put a person in charge if the men don't respect him, and after today.
So you've made up your mind?
David Palmer goes. And quite frankly, there's nothing you can do about it.
Here we are.
Oh, hi. I bet you didn't think I'd take you up on your offer so soon.
What offer?
How do you put up with him? I don't know.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Oh, meet the big sister.
Welcome to Melbourne. Oh, thanks. I'm told he had to twist your arm to let me stay.
Oh, not really. As long as you don't mind being by yourself at night, I'm on night shift.
Oh, no, I'm used to looking after myself.
You don't have to take your sightseeing then.
Oh,
Have a seat.
thanks. Dinner won't be long.
Well, I don't think a drink would go us straight right now. What'd you like?
Oh, I have to confess, I like Melbourne beer.
It's good stuff, eh? Susie?
I'm right, thanks, Dad.
Reckon I can force myself.
You clean your mess up.
No respect for education.
First things first, I'll give you keys before I forget.
Oh, thank you.
Any news on Mum?
Oh, they didn't say anything. Where's the opener?
Oh, on the bench.
Didn't you ask?
She's on holidays. If she knows anything, she'll say.
I've been breaking my neck to get down here. The first real holiday I've ever had.
Have to make the most of it then.
Yeah.
Have something to nibble.
Oh, so.
Wish I could get some leave. Go out and see Mum. How is she?
Oh, she sends her love. She really misses you and the kids.
Does she ever mention Dad?
No. Oh, at least not to me. Oh, I suppose you're all hoping for some good news.
Dad sure misses her.
Here we go. Straight out of the bottle.
Untouched by human hands.
Aha. Just the person I wanted to see.
Oh?
I have been offered a job. One of Barbara Armstrong's contacts came good. Wants me to go in as general manager. I said I want to think about it, but I know I'll take it.
Why? Because Barbara asked you to.
You know I haven't been in touch since she went to Melbourne.
And why are you so anxious to work for one of her cronies?
It's a very good job. I'm not in a position to look around for too long.
I said I would back you in anything you wanted to do.
You know how I feel about taking your money.
But you have no qualms about accepting Barbara's help. Going to go and see her and thank her in person?
You're being ridiculous.
I am not being ridiculous.
Patricia!
Looking industrious.
I've got a lot to learn.
Hal Mason's a very demanding boss.
Oh, there's no use having any dead wood around the place. Still, it's a lot to take in. I'm going to need all the help you and he can give me. Especially now I can't rely on Fiona. She said initially she'd let me make up my own mind about you. But she got very angry when I couldn't agree with her.
Yes, well, there are a lot of problems between her and the family.
I know. Angela told me.
Well, she shouldn't have.
I'm glad she did. It made a lot of things fall into place. Grandad made quite a mistake, didn't he?
Not really. He thought Fiona and I were the best of friends.
Well, why didn't you tell him she was out to ruin you?
He thought the world of her, and I didn't want to disillusion him. Besides, he had enough on his plate those last few weeks.
You really care about people, don't you?
Too much, according to Hal Mason. We had quite an argument earlier.
I saw him leaving. He didn't look happy.
He wants to let Angela's father go, and I'm against it. David Palmer, not Gordon.
He works for us?
For one of our subsidiaries. Ramberg put in a takeover bid while I was overseas. David's worked for Southern Freight for years.
Well, why are they letting him go?
Apparently he was involved in some sort of argument. Hal says it was his fault, but I don't believe it.
I can't see Mr. Mason saying something that he couldn't back up.
I tried to tell Hal there would be very good reasons, but he just wouldn't listen to me. You see, David was promoted to supervisor a while back, and he's been having difficulty making the transition.
Oh, what's the problem?
Well, going from driving the truck to a supervisor is quite a jump.
It's bad luck. But you've got to see it from the company's side of it. If David Palmer's not doing his job...
He would do a great job if he was just given a little more time. I've tried to tell Hal that, but maybe you could do something.
I'm not qualified to buy in on his decision.
And you have no confidence in my judgment.
Well, sure I do, but...
I'm not letting my personal feelings get in the way. Naturally, I'd like to see David do well, but if I didn't think he could do the job, I wouldn't interfere. I'm sure this fight must be some sort of misunderstanding, and if we could get to the bottom of that, then Hal would reconsider.
I could ask him to let me look into it. If I find a good enough reason for keeping him on, I'll put it to Mr. Mason. But I have my doubts. I know you think you're being objective, but on what you've told me, I think he's made the right decision.
Jill! You didn't see that, did you?
What?
You catch on fast. What are you doing?
I thought I'd go for a walk before breakfast.
Here comes trouble. Hey, Palmer, come off your bike again.
Get a three-wheeler. Friends of yours?
No, they're little mongrels. The last trick was doctoring my bike chain. There's a dent in the road where I came off.
Charming.
I can't be on your guard all the time. How about breakfast at our place?
Okay.